Yo, what's up, everybody? RevSauce9. We're proud to be sponsored by Poggers. If you use my code at checkout, Revy9, or the link, you will save 10% on your order. Guys, they are an energy drink supplement company mixed in with some sleep aid stuff. For you gamers out there that have a hard time sleeping, they got you. They got you on energy drink stuff. They got you on everything as far as energy drink and sleep stuff go. They also have bundles where you could buy shakers and whatnot. They have different flavors. They just launched Rocket Pop. Down below in the description will be my link, or also you can use Revy9 at checkout to save 10% on your next order. Thanks again, Poggers, for sponsoring this channel, and let's get back. Okay, what's up, everybody? RevSauce9. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon for the latest and greatest that comes to the channel. Another video here on Christmas Eve. We're going to be talking about some Microsoft news with the Xbox, and we're going to go into depth and whatnot here on my channel because we're just not a wrestling channel. We are a gaming, we are a tech, we are sports, we're everything. We're a variety channel here. Merry Christmas to everybody, by the way. And also, guys, the article will be down below in the description, including all my streaming places and all my affiliate stuff down below in the description. Make sure to come out and check me out on all the platforms and check out all my affiliates and everything like that down below. So, we're going to talk about this Microsoft stuff because this stuff is wild. It's actually eye-opening, and a lot of my friends have been talking about it. And what I find interesting is Microsoft is tearing the layers back and giving us a glimpse of the future of what Microsoft is going to be doing with next gen. So they hired a new person for VP, very smart person that's going to get them out of the hole they're in. They brought in some people that are going to take Microsoft to the future, including this OEM person that was working in Microsoft that worked with other companies years ago that got really good deals and really good OEM deals with a lot of companies out there like Lenovo, Dell, and so forth and so on. So Sarah Bond is also talking about this, that they're going from a first-party developer to a multi-plat developer. So they're going to work on multi-platforms. They want to get Game Pass to everybody. So Microsoft is going to be a first-party console maker, but they're going to have third-party Xboxes coming. So the future of Xbox is going to be, you're going to have what Microsoft Vision's first-party console should be, and then you're going to have everybody else. So you're going to have one from Samsung, Razer, you name it. You know what I mean? And I find that to be cool. But a lot of my constituents out there that are talking about this, I find it to be ridiculous. Oh, they should put NVIDIA cards in it, Windows cards. It should be $5,000, $1,000. No, I think Microsoft's going to have a minimum spec, which these companies are going to have to appeal to, just like on the Android side. A lot of companies only put Snapdragon processors and whatnot in their phones, and they up the RAM and whatnot. I don't see them putting NVIDIA cards and Intel cards and Intel processors. I think they're going to keep to the same spec that Microsoft wants. They're going to have minimum requirements, but they can change and make different, boxes and whatnot around the said parts. I don't think they're going to be $1,000 boxes, $5,000 boxes. I don't think so. I think you'll have an APU, an SoC. I think you'll have a certain amount of RAM. You'll have a motherboard. And these companies will take that. They'll make their own stuff out of it. I really don't see $1,000 consoles. We're already seeing that with PlayStation. People are shitting on it. People are not buying the Pro like people are saying they are. You know what I mean? So if Microsoft starts releasing $1,000 third-party consoles, the console market's going to be dead at that point. You might just go buy a PC at that point. So I think they're going to keep to this $500 aspect. I think that's what they're going to keep to. I think anything higher than $500, I think the average consumer is shitting on it. But Sony's getting shit on for coming in at $600, $700, plus all the accessories you have to buy on the side of it to be $800. I think if you start nickel and diming the consumer with these third-party consoles, it's game over. You're seeing that with Steam. Steam is taking what they are learning from the Steam OS and the Steam Deck, and they're partnering slowly with companies. Steam has got a strategy. They're partnering up with Lenovo, and also in this article, Microsoft's going to be at this Lenovo event at CES. Again, like I said, I've always been an Xbox guy. I like PlayStation as well, but I tend to stick with Microsoft. So I kind of like the vision Microsoft is doing. They're kind of taking the Android approach, where you have Google that makes their phone called the Pixel what they vision Android to be in a perfect world for them. And then you have everybody else that puts their skins and things on it. So I could see Samsung doing a console with a little bit of their flavoring on it. I could see Lenovo. I could see all these OEMs doing that, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Microsoft should have done this years ago. Like, they've been sleeping on this, and they're finally going multi-plat with their games. They should. They should be making hand over fist. They should be dominating. I'm surprised. And they now they're starting to figure it out. They have to. They want to be in so many places. They're going to have to. And they're kind of talking about how they're going to take kind of what the Blizzard overlay is doing. They're going to kind of do that within games, which is cool. I'm cool with that. Kind of taking what they're doing with Overwatch, the overlays and things like that, the cross-syncing and the things like that. So I'm cool with that. I think Microsoft, if they do things right next generation, they could have a banger of a company. But believing it is seeing it, because Microsoft said the same thing when Phil Spencer came back, and it kind of went in waves. And Microsoft hasn't really been releasing first-party games as much as I want to be. And yes, they have a really good lineup when it comes to Game Pass, but people want to know what you're doing first-party. People want to know what games you're doing. Like, Sony hit us with bangers at the Game Awards. You know what I mean? Sony has their finger on the pulse. They know what they want to do with their audience. Same with Nintendo. Again, I need to see what Microsoft's going to do going forward. They're working on a handheld console with the Surface team. They said that they're hiring new people. They're trying to figure their way. I hope. We can only hope. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, with all this news, like I said, with Jason Reynolds being in the attendance, the VP of Next Gen, we need to see what they're going to do. Steam seems like they got their finger on the pulse. I think Microsoft's afraid what Steam's going to do, because that'll take market share from, Windows in general. And there should be a shakeup. There should be a paradigm shift. I thought Apple was going to be that, but I guess not. So Steam, I'm kind of excited about it. To be honest with you, I'm excited to see what Steam's going to do. They're partnering up with Lenovo with their Legion Go S. We're going to see what Steam OS 3 looks like on a Legion Go S. I'm assuming they're going to walk over to Asus, and they're going to have an Asus ROG Ally Steam Edition. I'm assuming Neo. I am assuming that Steam's going to come in with a home console as well. So Microsoft should be afraid. Microsoft should be planning for next generation to take on Steam. I think Steam's going to be their major factor in all this. I think they're going to be competing between each other. But then Microsoft says, "Oh, well, competition, not really. We're going to work with Steam to put our shit on it." And it's like, okay, Microsoft, you said that before about Nintendo. You've said that about Sony. Sony wants nothing to do with you. And then Steam's been on the record saying they don't like you very much, but they're willing to work with you. And then Gabe now took a different approach and be like, well, Microsoft, I don't know. And then is Epic Games going to work? Like, these are things that Phil Spencer keeps saying. They want Epic, they want GOG, they want this, they want that. I highly doubt that they're going to get that. I think they may get integrations. I don't think you're going to be able to play flat PC games, whatever you bought on Steam. I don't think they're going to do that, because honestly, Steam wants you to be on their store. They want you to buy exclusively from them. They make all the market share. They make all the revenue. If they start doing that with Microsoft, that opening up the stores and things like that, Microsoft's going to want to cut. You know what I mean? So that's the way I see things, in my opinion. I don't see all these companies working nice together when Microsoft's, come work with us. We're Microsoft. I don't see that happening. Steam is a competitor. Steam wants to control the narrative. They want to make as much money as they can. So I just don't see that. I don't see Gabe just opening up the wall garden of his and allowing Microsoft to walk in and because Microsoft's going to want something in return. Nobody talks about this, but companies want stuff in return. So that's just my personal opinion. But I do think Microsoft is a walking scared company right now. I think Steam has got them up on their toes, and I honestly believe that Microsoft has to do something next year. They have to do something now. Indiana Jones is not it, Chief. I mean, yes, it's got great sales. Yes, it's doing very well. And Machine Gun Games is doing great things. I mean, great. But they need more bangers. And I know next year they're going to be stacked with games like Fable and things like that. But these games have to be huge hits. They have to be bangers. My friends have said this. They have tons of different studios. Bring out a Crash Bandicoot, a Spyro. You'll find out how many people invest in Microsoft. Do another Guitar Hero. I guarantee people would fucking go crazy. I mean, people have been craving these games, these franchises. I know Tony Hawk's got something in the works. He's been talking about that with Microsoft. So we'll see what goes on. I think the next generation is going to be very, very, very interesting on the PlayStation, Nintendo, and Microsoft side. I'm excited for the Nintendo Switch too. I'm excited. I'm excited for these handheld consoles. I'm grateful Steam OS 3 is coming to everything. I hope Steam does shake up the console market and the handheld market. I do. I'm big fan. I want to see Linux succeed. I want to see Linux be viable, and I want to see more game developers going over. I would like to see the day of Fortnite being on Linux. I would, and Valorant and things like that. I think if more companies and more console or more OEMs work with Steam, I think you're going to see more and more games move over, and I think you're going to see that going forward. Anyway, that's just my opinion on this. All this, I know January 7th. I know Lenovo's got their presentation and things like that. I'm excited to see what Microsoft's going to do. Supposedly, Microsoft has done some strides within the Windows OS to make handhelds a little bit better. I personally think they should make their own Xbox OS and make it different than what Windows is, and just take what the Xbox is doing, right? Take that OS and offer it to the handhelds. Like, we can download it and sideload it onto our handhelds, and we can have the Xbox experience with touch and everything. I think that's what Microsoft should be doing. I don't need them to go and add every single thing of Windows onto a handheld. I don't need, when I play handheld, I'm thinking of gaming. I'm not looking at it to be a PC replacement. I just want it to be able to be optimized, play my games, be able to use touch and not be garbage. When Windows is on these handhelds, it's garbage. It's trash. It's pathetic. And battery life's terrible, and these overlays. I wish Microsoft would kind of just come to the table and just make their own, take the Xbox OS and just put it on these handhelds. Offer it. You know what I mean? Kind of get with Steam on that one, So I'm excited. Next year's going to look good. It's across the board. I'm excited for GTA 6. I'm excited for a lot of things. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what Lenovo's working on. I'm fascinated because, at the beginning of the year, we got NVIDIA announcing things. We got new gaming handhelds being announced. We got Samsung doing their thing. I'm excited about that. There's just a lot of things, January's literally a hot month for up and coming tech. So we're going to see, and then the rest of the year, we're going to see what CES has to offer. I'm excited. Anyway, my name is RevSauce9. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. But I will say this, one last thing. I do not want Microsoft partnering with these third parties and seeing $1,000 consoles. I think that would defeat everything Microsoft's working on. They want to get people into the market of playing on their platform, and they're not going to just roll over and make $1,000, $2,000 system. I highly doubt that. To these people that are out of their minds doing gaming videos and news videos, they're all saying the same. It's like it just makes no sense to me. I think 500, I think 600 tops, but anything over that, I think you're out of your mind. I think as you're trying to get more people to the platform, I think 5 to 6 would be perfect, maybe 400 at the cheapest, and they can have 2 different flavors. I think people go gangbusters for it, but it depends if Microsoft wants to put time and effort in first party and get people reinterested in the Xbox brand. Xbox has not been themselves since the 360 days. They were on top of their game for 3 years when they were making Halo, Gears, and somewhat Forza, and they were on top of the world. Then they went to the Kinect shit and they fell apart, and they haven't been the same since. Phil Spencer has tried, but they need to get better at what they're doing. And I think Microsoft needs to reshake up and figure themselves out. And I think with Steam doing what they're doing, I think Microsoft is literally panicking. And I think they need to partner with other companies, and I think they should do different. I think the days of first-party consoles is coming to an end. I think, Sony's going to keep to that. I think Nintendo's going to keep to that. But I think Microsoft's looking at it as, well, we can go work with these other companies and we can make a shit ton of money because we can license our stuff to them, make our licensing. We can have an Xbox OS that's different than Windows, and we can put it across everything, kind of like we did with Windows Mobile. And we can kind of have tons of companies making different variations of the Xbox to our minimum requirements. And we could sell, those people can sell for $500-$600. We don't have to take a hit. And all these other people can, that could be their problem with warranty and whatnot. But as long as, we're getting our cut for software and whatnot and store sales and whatnot, the more. And, honestly, what Microsoft could do is they can make a Microsoft Xbox TV. They could do a lot of different things. I think sky's the limit. I think really sky's the limit when it comes to Microsoft and what they want to do. I think they're seeing the market changing, and I think people are changing, and I think they want to be in every home, but in a certain way. So that's just my thoughts on this matter. I know people are, we can all agree to disagree. I know people like Sony and what Sony's doing, and I know some people like what Nintendo's doing, and I'm excited for all companies this year. I keep it raw and uncut and unbiased. Yes, I'm an Xbox guy. I prefer the Xbox, but I do like what Sony's doing. I do like what Nintendo's doing as well. And I'm excited for next year. I'm excited for the Switch 2. I'm excited for the next PlayStation handheld, hopefully PSP 2025. I'm excited for what is coming from the PC handheld space. I'm excited about a lot of things. I think you guys should be too, Anyway, I'm excited for next year of gaming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.